Hi, travelers. Tara here. Today is June 15th, 2017. This is going to be an open reading for no particular time frame, for no specific sign. Please take what you can, disregard what you cannot, because the messages will not resonate with everyone. I finally, after 72 days, that's what it feels like, 72 hours of hell, I finally got the website back up and running. I lost some articles that I had in queue. I was not able to recover those, so I probably lost maybe 8 or 9 articles, which kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. And I do feel that it is we have a stellium going on, and a stellium is when you have 3 or more planets in one sign. And so we have a bunch of transits across Gemini. So anybody who has a website or a YouTube channel or works in any type of medium in which they are communicating, music, film, photography, writing, publishing, editing. This also will cover travel, sales, and negotiations. There are going to be a few hiccups. And so my advice would be to kind of pick your battles. Work on those things that really are the most important. Prioritize what is most important, and then what's not, kind of put that to the back burner. You will be able to go back, excuse me, later on and pick up those things. And then again, you may decide that it's not worth your time and effort. Of course, that all depends upon you. Today we have, I'm going to pull my chart up right quick. I'm not going to be able to see the camera, so just kind of bear with me here. I have the sun in the sign of Gemini, so I'm using a solar sign chart. And today we have a conjunction between the sun at 24 Gemini and Saturn at 24 Sagittarius. That is, this puts Gemini on the first house and puts Sagittarius in the 7th house of business and partnerships. So this could really be a conjunction is one of the most powerful astrological aspects. It's pure power. And it is really about, is it a conjunction or an opposition? I can't see. No, it's an opposition. I'm sorry, because they're straight across from each other. And so oppositions really bring up conflicting urges. This could be conflicting ideas. This could be just conflicts. Saturn sitting in the 7th house can mean a heavy feeling in terms of your relationships. Maybe you are feeling of being stuck, not being able to move forward. For some of you, this could mean that, a relationship that you've been in finally cements itself. Saturn is one of those planets where when it comes into play with relationships, it can make a relationship, no matter what relationship that is, a heavy relationship, but it also brings longevity to something, okay? So whatever you're working on, we've got a grand square going on here as well, it looks like. I have Salacia at 2 degrees Aries. I love her. She is the wife of Neptune. And then I have Ops at 2 degrees Aquarius. Salacia at 2 degrees Aries is making a trine with Bacchus at 2 degrees Leo in the 3rd house. Wow. And Salacia is making a sextile, which is an easy energy, to Ops at 2 degrees Aquarius. And sextiles and trines are funny. These are really, really good energies, but at the same time, they can kind of make you lazy and complacent, because typically this shows where you have innate gifts. And what you may think to be a gift, you may take for granted whatever this thing is that you've got going on, whatever kind of positive things or gifts or talents that you have. You may take that for granted, but other people totally admire you for it. So you kind of want to watch that energy, because it can lull you into a false sense of complacency. Everything is okay the way it is right now. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to change anything. you know, and that's not always true. You know, you should always be on guard. So, and then we have a trine from opposite 2 degrees Aquarius to the, making an aspect to the ascendant at 3 degrees, 2 degrees, 3 degrees, Libra. So we have this beautiful trine of both fire and air energy. And we got some quincunxes going on too. So I just posted an article up on the website. I think for many of you, for some of you out there, you may be dealing with the energy where you are struggling. Well, not struggling, but there's a square between the MC in Cancer and Vulcan in the 5th house. And this could be control issues coming up between work and home and having difficulty with that. You know, maybe, you know, people are saying you're spending too much time working. You're not spending enough time, you know, enjoying yourself or spending time with the kids or, you know, doing whatever your hobbies are. So there's this square. That could make that feeling of like you really attention, like something has to give. And so you've got to figure out how to kind of balance those out. It kind of says that things are unbalanced right now. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that. Neptune, I think, stations direct retrograde today. It will go retrograde tomorrow. And so for some of you, if there's been some confusion around situations, Neptune can sometimes, when he goes retrograde, can clear that confusion up for you. And then for others of you, it could play out to where the more you try to get to the truth of a situation to see what the truth of it really is, the more confused you become. So the Hanged Man in the tarot is represents the sign of Neptune. Okay, so we'll see if he pops out. In which case, if you've got some kind of Neptune thing, and as Virgos, I'm a Virgo sun, and we Virgos have a huge Neptunian transit until the year 2024. Okay, so don't ask me what all that means because I don't know. I'm just like, oh my God. I did a reading for somebody the other day and they were like, oh my God, that Hanged Man. And I'm like, I had the Hanged Man come out for all of 2014 and all of 2015. I was hating him. But the truth of the matter is that each card in the tarot serves a purpose. And it's up to us to learn how to manage that energy in the best way that we can. So let's go ahead and lay the rest of the cards. We do have the 8 of Coins coming out. Oddly enough, that's the Sun in Virgo. For many of you, this is about, I think, in one respect, about just kind of keeping your head down and staying focused on the tasks at hand. For some of you, this is literally a time where you are putting the pedal to the metal and you are working, you are making money. Okay, because that guy's literally making money right there. I would take it to mean, in one respect, he's resting on a bench. That if you've been burning the candle at both ends, you know, kind of dial it back a notch. But also this card is known as the Apprentice card. And this is about staying focused, staying true to whatever your intentions and your motivations are, keeping your eye on the prize. It can also, the Apprentice is about working and doing something diligently and with joy. That's the key. Sometimes we do things, we get up and we moan and complain. But then, you know, if you can just get up and say, you know what, if I can get this done today, and kind of get that off my plate. Okay. So we want to kind of remember what it is that we're working for and why we are working and what our goal is. And this card says you're nearing the end of something. You are gaining mastery over something. For some of you, this could be a work project or, you know, gaining mastery over handling your finances. But it represents the physical plane because it is coins. Coins do represent finances. So this could be work projects, you know, that you're trying to hammer into shape. And that's what Vulcan is all about. Vulcan is about controlling jealousies and passion and anger, and taking those and using all of that fiery passion and putting it into something else. So if you're trying to hammer something into shape, don't allow your frustration or whatever the case may be to kind of come into the picture. Because people who can control those types of emotions and passions are very, very powerful people. So you just want to get in there and get the work done. And you want to do it to the best of your ability. Okay? But you are nearing the end of something, you know? So let's get the rest of the cards out. Here is a King of Cups. Well, that's interesting. Well, there he is. That Hanged Man. There he is. Okay. Ace of Swords. Page of Swords. That's this Gemini energy coming in. Six of Swords. That's interesting. Queen of Cups. Wheel of Fortune. There's our Jupiter, who has gone direct on the 9th. So he's picking up speed. And an Ace of Cups. Well, we have 2 aces, 2 court cards, 3 court cards, I'm sorry. 1 coin, 3 swords. And we have 2 major arcana cards. That's interesting. Well, remember I was talking about building something and working on something? There we are. There it is. The 3 of coins. And that represents Mars in Capricorn. I don't know if Mars is in Capricorn. No, Mars is still, I don't even know. I don't know if I'm coming or if I'm going. Let's see, where is Mars located right now? Using the solar sign, Mars is in Cancer. And that's more of that 10 of Cups energy. That energy of having to, and Mars is always about aggression and ambition and fighting spirit. He is the god of war. And Cancer is that soft energy. It rules babies, women, and children. It's about the home life. It's about sensitivity. And so it's not a comfortable energy. And let me see. We also have a square from Mars, yes, to Vulcan and the Ascendant. So this really is about, in a sense, whenever you see the 10 of Cups, that is the Mars in, is it Pisces or Cancer? Mars in Cancer. I don't know. I think that might be the 10 of Cups. I'm not exactly sure. But it speaks to the idea of having to give up something so that other people can be empowered. That would bring about a Ceres. And we have Ceres at 19 degrees Gemini. And she is making an aspect. Let me see, to what? Well, there's Pluto at 19 degrees Capricorn. And this could be about, you know, rigid control of not wanting to let something go as well. That's what Pluto is all about. He's about maintaining that control. Pluto is powerful no matter where he sits, but he's sitting in Capricorn, and Capricorn rules big business, corporations, governments, banks. For some of you, you might be dealing with issues of how you're seen, either feeling different or feeling as though you look differently, or maybe you're dealing with issues of people who are at a distance from you. Sagittarius rules foreigners, trade and import. It rules the internet. So for some of you, this could be that conjunction that I was talking about between the Sun at 24 Gemini and Saturn at 24 Gemini. For some of you, we still have Uranus in Aries, and Uranus in Aries is ruled by Mars. So what you're looking at is this major upheaval. Right now, that would be in the 11th house, and the 11th house rules groups, friends, and networks. So for a lot of you, this could be some kind of shakeup. It is making an aspect, a sextile to the north node. So for some of you, this could literally be maybe you're meeting some new people, some new networking folks that are coming into your life or will be coming into your life to help you move into your north node energy. Okay, like out of the blue kind of stuff. That's what there's going to be a lot of passion behind it. Might even cause some fights, I don't know. This could be, maybe there's arguments between you and the group you've been hanging out with because you're moving away into a different type of lifestyle. They may think that you become a different person when it's really not that. It's simply that you are evolving spiritually and you're trying to move into the place where you're supposed to go next. So it could play in many different ways. Now, let's see. This is an interesting spread. Right in the center, I have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords represents Gemini. The Page of Swords is a student. Okay, all the pages are pretty much like students. They're the beginning of the court card suit. Okay, so in other words, let's say we can look at him like the child. Okay, he's the prince or the princess. Okay, of the sword suit. And what does he have to do in order to become a king? Well, he's got to go through maturation processes. So he moves up to a knight. He has to prove himself and his worth. Is he trustworthy? Can he get the job done? How well does he do the job? And then once he gets to the knight position, he's in position now to become a king. That says he's got knowledge and experience underneath his belt. He's clawed his way up through the ranks. He knows, what he should do and what he should not do, who is friend and who is foe, and whatnot. But when I see the Page of Swords show up, this is about some kind of message or a new type of communication coming in. And I see for certain that some kind of truth has come about. This is the Ace of Swords. And all aces, and I have two of them here, all aces are opportunities. Okay, they're opportunities. It's a brand new start. This is the beginning of each suit. So this is the first card out in the suit of swords. So this means that you've come through a situation. The last card will be a Ten of Swords, where maybe you felt stabbed in the back. Maybe it was a self-inflicted injury. Maybe you just reached a point where you said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. Okay, and now you're coming out of, and maybe some of you have really been working on that. And now you've come to a place where you go, oh, aha, now I know what I got to do. Okay, now I know what to do. Okay, so this is about truth, rationalization, communication, ideas. Sometimes I see this, and this could be about some kind of contract coming to you. And maybe that's the truth of the situation, that in order for whatever this new thing is for it to take hold, it's going to require you to sit down and maybe hammer out some kind of agreement. Okay. But we also see somebody moving away from this. It's like they see the truth of the situation. They've gotten the message. They're not sure if they like the message or not, because he's standing in a position, so to speak, where he can kind of chop that other sword in half. All right. Sometimes the Page of Swords is not a very, very nice person, but because he is a student of communication, that means that he can learn a lot based upon either getting close to the truth of a situation. Okay. The person can learn a lot about the way they communicate, their communication style. Maybe this is what the Six of Swords is saying, is that they're going through a new, they learned that they need to have a new communication style, and they are perhaps leaving some old things behind, old thoughts, beliefs, perceptions, and ideas that no longer serve them. And they're trying to move ahead. They're still kind of at rest. The sixes always represent a time of rest after some kind of battle. Okay. And it's, even if the situation is not as you would like it to be, The 6 says that, you know what, there really is a victory in it. Even if it's not perfect, there's still a victory in the fact that you were able to come through that energy of that 5, because that 5 can be a tough energy. This is really an interesting spread here. I know y'all hear readers say that all the time, but sometimes when the cards come out, they just tell this really strange story. And this is not really a strange story. It has a stop-start kind of energy to it. We see the Hanged Man over here, and he's making, I almost said an aspect. Well, yeah. We know that he's about to slow down, okay? In other words, he's about to change directions, okay? And, but with that change of direction, there is some new kind of truth and some new emotional opening up or catharsis. This could literally be, like I was saying at the beginning, you know, for those of you, there's been a confusing situation going on. Once Neptune goes retrograde, and it's going to take him a while to slow down, okay? But once he goes retrograde, the truth is going to become clear to you. And in a way, this is an opening of your intuition. This is a catharsis. Yes, it also means that there might be a possible new relationship coming around to you. What's interesting is that I have this couple, but they're not close together. And if I look at the triangle, I have the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Cups. And so for some of you, this might be a quote-unquote second chance at healing a relationship. In one respect, what I'm looking at is I see that somebody's has been working very, very hard. But then they had to, maybe the work was too hard, okay? Sometimes we put people through hoops and play games and things, and people are like, you know, I love you, but I can't do that. And they have to move away from the situation in order to save their own damn sanity, okay? Because we see that this queen here is faced towards the past. And she's focused on her own cup, okay? She is a queen. So this means that she is not, she's not coming from an immature energy, okay? She sits with the Ace of Swords. So in one respect, it's sort of like if you resonate with this story and this queen, and just because you might be, you know, an Aquarian sun doesn't mean you can't embody the qualities of a Queen of Cups, okay? Because really she's about someone, she can be a counselor, she's a nurturer, she's someone who's very, very, can be very sympathetic, be a great listener, give good advice. She can also be a bit moody and emotional because she's a sensitive person, okay? And maybe I kind of think like she was working on something really hard, and then she came to the rationalization or the truth, the realization, I can't expend any more energy on that. I have to focus on myself. Not a bad thing. Never is. Because if you're depleted, you got nothing else to give anybody else, or what you give is not the best. Then down the center, I see this King of Cups. Now we can see up here that this King of Cups, he too has been working on something diligently, something he's trying to master. But to me, the Hangman says he's stuck. He's stuck because either maybe he's not sure that what he's working towards is in the highest good. Maybe he's confused. He's working and working, but he's not seeing any kind of change. Maybe he's thinking that, you know, it's all for naught. The Hangman can be a funny energy because it can rule. It can also bring about a lot of self-deceptions and delusions. Why am I doing this? Well, I've been doing this for this way for so long. I don't see a need to change it. But then we know, because this is a major arcana card, that there's something spiritually that has there's a halt on the spiritual growth because we're trying to see the real intrinsic truth in something. We're trying to get to a higher place. We're trying to, so this can mean literally having to sacrifice, to step away, remove yourself. We see that from a situation until you can gain some clarity here. Sometimes I've seen this where it's people trying to run away from things. Okay. Whatever this is, we see this, maybe this is about a message of some kind of job opportunity, something you've been working on for a long time, some kind of financial news coming in, you know, that makes you feel really, really good. Maybe there's a holdup on that now, or whether you may have to travel there, or when you may have to travel. If that's the case, I think someone is, the corona around the hangman's head is saying, I think they have some kind of doubt about taking this trip for some reason. We see the Wheel of Fortune here. And the Wheel of Fortune, we know that this represents Jupiter. So in a sense, this could be a message from far away. Okay. This could be about the return of a lover who lives at a distance here. But we see the overall energy is the building of something. Mars in Capricorn. Mars is, again, speaks to ambition, aggression, desire, passion, that fighting spirit. I got to get out there and I need to build something, but I need somebody to come in and help me do it. And what I want to do is we need to go consult somebody, an expert on building this new thing. We want to make sure that whatever it is that we're building, it will stand the test of time. That's the first stone laid in the foundation. It's what you can see here. I don't see that this is three people in a situation. There may be some issues of children and family members, maybe exes. I don't know. I just read cards. But I'm curious to know what this Six of Swords is all about. I think this queen has been waiting. I think she's been waiting on some message to come in. And while she's been waiting, she's been really, I think, because they both represent a cup energy, that's a Neptune energy. She rules the sign of Cancer. Cancer rules the moon. This could even be a weird indication of the moon in Sagittarius that just passed. These two cards, Cancer and the Wheel of Fortune. But it's almost like the cards are saying that this queen's luck is about to change. Okay? It has changed. And maybe this is why the Hanged Man is here. Things that are going on that we don't really know about. We're trying to get to the truth to see what we can see. But the Hangman says, you know, you're going to, and maybe this is what the Six of Swords is saying, is you need to step away from that and trust, because we see it right here, and trust that whatever is happening will ultimately bring new opportunities for you to build something. Okay? The threes are starts. This could be a decision about either traveling someplace or reaching out and talking to someone. I have these two higher truth cards here. And the Wheel of Fortune is all about, it's about karma. It's about choices that you make. And that's what karma is. Karma is the law of cause and effect. This king is way up here in the past row, but she sits in a pivotal position because she's the anchor for the past vertical column, but she's also the anchor going forward into the future. And maybe if this King of Cups has been hesitant, to speak the truth of how he feels, he's been in a suspended state. He's been working on this. He's nearing mastery of it. Then I would suppose that if you're still waiting to hear from that message, for that message, that you continue to focus on whatever it is that you are doing. I think that if that would help, if you've been, worried or stressed or whatever the case may be. It is this Six of Swords that kind of stands out to me, that is this Hangman, getting a sudden clarity and deciding to let bygones be bygones in the past. We're going to leave all of that stuff behind. And we're going to start over. We're going to put all of those thoughts that we had, we're going to put those down. Okay? But to me, that card, the imagery of that card is that the person is still, in one respect, rather guarded, because the swords build this barrier in front of them. And sometimes this can be the energy of, for some reason, I just got, go with the flow. Just kind of go with the flow. And if this is related to the Hanged Man, to Neptune retrograde, I don't know how long Neptune's going to be retrograde. He's one of the big outer planets, so he could be retrograde for the next, God knows when. So again, really the feeling that I'm getting off of this card is this very peaceful, still kind of energy. And if you've been waiting on a situation, no matter if it's a work situation, maybe some of you want to move. Maybe some of you are not sure what the truth of a situation or how you feel about something. Rest assured that there's something going on under the surface, even though we may not see anything. It's all swords across the center. And this is where we are presently. And this could even be that a truth has come about. Someone got the message. Maybe they want to reply, but they're not able to at the moment. They're dealing with something else. Because no matter what, there's still this kind of a hold energy right here. Let's look at this Six of Swords. I never pull cards on the Wheel of Fortune. And the reason why is because the law of cause and effect and the choice of free will. Everybody has free will. So if I put cards on here and say, yeah, she's going to definitely come back, or he's going to definitely come back, and then the person don't come back, and you're going to be like, well, that tarot don't know what the hell she's talking about. Well, it didn't happen because one of you changed your mind. That's what free will is. And you always have to allow, no matter who you get a tarot card reading from, you always need to factor in the idea of free will. Okay? Because everything is based on free will. Everything, every choice that you make, every decision, every outcome is based upon free will, be it for good or for ill. It is free will. And everybody has free will and choices. Sometimes it may feel like you don't, but that is that illusory energy there. We always have a choice. If you don't like a situation, well, you have a choice to either just be in it and wallow in it, or you have a choice to get up and do something about it. Whichever you decide, good or ill, you have a choice. And for some of you, this could literally be after a moment of hesitancy, suddenly stuff just starts moving. But it's not moving quickly. It's that Six of Swords. It is that Six of Swords. Now, the Ace of Cups, the ace next to the Wheel of Fortune, that's such a tempting. It's like, give it time. It's coming. Give it time. Let's look at this Six of Swords. I don't know what that Six of Swords is. It's telling me many things, but it's just like it's not kind of making any. This is so weird. There's a lot of water. I mean, I'm looking at the water cards, but now that I'm looking, he's floating on water. She's near a beach. There's this fountain here. There's this lake or river, or in the background of this, there's water there. And what's interesting coming across the center of this is we're going from like a mountainous desert, a desolate scene, to being on a grassy place, to suddenly just getting on the water. Now, I don't know if that means anything to anybody. I was reading cards with my friend, the Genuine McCoy. I hope she get her channel up and running. I hope you see this, Jen. And we were laughing because we were like, oh my God, no matter how many times I see the cards, there's something that always jumps out at me that I never see before. No matter how many times you use the same stinking deck. And sometimes it just happens like that. 6. Well, isn't this something? I don't even know what to make of it. Okay, this is the idea that you're moving from troubled times to easier times. Sometimes you have to really take yourself out of a situation. You have to remove yourself, give yourself the space and the energy and the freedom to be alone with your thoughts. Okay? I have the Militare. Now, I don't know. Maybe this is about, a legal issue here. This can, in a sense, this is really like the Justice card. A decision. Remember I said there's a decision. Maybe that decision has been on hold. And maybe now we've gotten the decision and now we know we can move on. Relationship with law enforcement. But what do soldiers do? Soldiers, they defend other people. They go to war. Sometimes they do humanitarian aid. They do black ops. They do secret things. In one respect, I'm sensing that this might be a legal issue. That is what Jupiter in Libra does. It brings about opportunities. Wow, that's loud. It brings about opportunities for if you've had, oh wow, look at that, you guys. 1111. Can you see that? Let me see. That's the time on my phone. 1111. Oh wow. This can be about legal issues that have been plaguing you, are finally coming to some type of resolution. That feeling of being caught is over. Here is the Speranza card. To me, with the Morte card, the death falling in the center means that there's new hope on the horizon. Okay? Because what is an ending if not a new beginning? It's a transformation, a complete transformation. This says a complete and utter separation from a situation. So maybe that legal issue now is totally done. And what it does is it liberates you and allows you an opportunity for new hope. Okay? That's never a bad thing. I tell you what, if I could buy anything in the world right now, anything at all, I'd buy myself a new set of eyes. My eyes were so tired. No, not no LASIKs. I mean, go to the store and pick a new set of eyeballs off the shelf. I need those, well rested and refreshed with 20/20 vision. Indeed. Let's take a look at what this Eight of Coins is trying to tell us. No matter how this plays, there is a release, and this could be the recognition that, hey, it's time for me to come off that cross now. It's time for me to stop being a martyr, because there really is something wonderful waiting for me out there. And I'm going to look at this Page of Swords. The Vedovo. So someone who, let me get the rest of the cards out. The Prigione. Wow. And the Pensiero. Well, we know what this king's been thinking. Which is a very odd thing to fall on the Eight of Pentacles, because what we see is someone who is really chained to their past. This is the Widower card. And maybe someone did lose someone that they loved very much in the past, and that has prevented them from moving forward in any new endeavor. And when I say any new endeavors, I mean any new endeavors. Sometimes grief can be such that nothing has any holds any joy for you anymore. Okay, food doesn't taste good. Your work suffers. Your relationships suffer. Your environment suffers. It's all you can do to drag yourself up and get yourself out of bed every day. And someone has been thinking about that. Now, falling on this card, it says that they're about to master this situation. Maybe it's been a real struggle for them, and they're trying very, very hard. And they're about to come to some new enlightenment. Okay? This is the past. Maybe they've already done so. And like I said, I think whatever the news, it's coming. It's on hold, but it's coming. Maybe the person has a few more things that they've got to work on. Somebody left a lovely, May Reed, thank you so much for your lovely testimonial today. But she said that I'd given her a reading a long time ago, and she said at the time she didn't understand what the hell I was talking about. She didn't see how it was going to fit in, because she didn't have anything like that going on. She said, and then 4 weeks later, bam, out of the blue, it happened just like you said. She said, and everybody who saw the video, who saw the reading, was surprised, you know. So give it time. You have to give time to do what it does. It is a maturation process. I think that's what I'm looking at. Remember I said that the energy here is not this hurry up energy. It doesn't have this strident, aggressive energy. It just has a very smooth, flowing energy. But because this Hanged Man is here, okay, sometimes I look at the Hanged Man like a maturation process. This is a spiritual maturation. This is after going through something very, very difficult and trying to find the lesson in it, the truth in it. What is the higher good of whatever this thing was that I've been struggling with, I've been working on, very, very difficult, that I haven't been able to move? What is the true lesson? What is the higher good? And if you can get that, if that comes to you, then that's a huge victory coming. Okay? Let's look at what this Page of Swords is saying here. What is he trying to tell us? Because he's right in the center and everything else is kind of going on but not going on around him. And that's the message that keeps coming through, is to wait. The news is coming. Wait, the news is coming. Now, it could be that both of these individuals are waiting on news, separate and apart from each other. But I dare say that they are also, there's some news coming that concerns both of them. Maybe these people haven't spoken to each other in a while. I do sense that there's a separation here. I would dare say that with this queen sitting where she is, she has not forgotten, but yet she knows that in order to get through it, she's got to maintain her own cup. And sometimes the Wheel of Fortune, when it turns, you don't get a second chance, but this reads like some kind of second chance coming. Perhaps a reconciliation of some sort. It's just a damn hangman. It could mean that the news comes 6 months from now. Oh my God. But if you maintain your own cups, okay. Now, isn't that interesting? Because here is the Vecchia Signora. And the Vecchia Signora speaks to an older, wiser woman. Okay? She would be like an aunt or relative or an old friend. Somebody that, you know, you go, we talk, whatever, and then the person, something just falls out of their mouth that's like, oh my God, you had to climb all the way to the mountain and find the burning bush to get that news. And it's kind of like been staring you in the face all the time, but for whatever reason, you just weren't able to see it. So it looks as though this is a very, I wish I knew more about what he's trying to tell me, because he's really trying to tell me something. We have the card of amore, love. The donna di servizio. Now, she speaks to, she's a helper. So we're speaking about somebody who likes to help others, who, you know, maybe in practical ways, they like helping people. You know, they might run to the store and do an errand for you, or take your clothes to the dry cleaners. She represents a housework. She's a domestic, okay? But it's also one of the most positive cards in the Sibila. It's like an action verb. There's nothing but good things surrounding this particular person or the message that comes with this card here. And what we see is the Vecchia Signora. So in one regard, this is saying to me that there's somebody in the midst of this situation who may be giving advice in the sense that, you know, it's really a positive relationship. You know, love takes work. It's not always romantic. You're going to have to mop the floors and dust and things like that, and that's not always romantic unless you do it in the nude. Hello. But but there's really something very decent about that. I'm also picking up that it might have something to do with someone's mom. One second. I've got just a few more minutes. One second. It's so hot. Okay. I'm so hot. Okay, let's take a look at the La Vecchia Signora. Jesus, do I need some new eyes or do I need some new eyes? I need some new eyes. Hold on one second because I can't see anything. Where is she? Devotion, loyalty, and friendship. No, that would be the Costanza. Give me a second, y'all. I told y'all I need some new eyes. Just give me a minute. Yeah. She speaks to the mother, the aunt, the grandmother, or an old acquaintance. I just wanted to, remember I said it's kind of like maybe someone's mom might have to do something with it in one respect. And kind of what I'm picking up is that it's like, if this is about somebody, a reconciliation, a second chance coming around, because sometimes, even though these cards are on different rows, when I see this, it speaks to a marriage. There's that contract that I was talking about. Okay? Not taking something to the next level, but a real opportunity here. A real opportunity. And in which case, if this is about this king, he's a little hesitant. But it could be because we're looking at the importance of finding the right quote-unquote mate. Even the right is not, because sometimes the universe will send you something wrapped in a package that is so completely odd or different from the way you ever fantasized, dreamed, or imagined it. Delusions. Okay? And so it might make you a little hesitant. And the importance of finding a mate that you truly can spend the rest of your life with, and someone who's going to be happy and you're going to have a harmonious relationship with. And so underneath all of this strange, odd kind of message that I'm getting here, that's the story that's underneath here. So I don't know if this is about a married couple who has separated, or they've been thinking about separating. It kind of looks like somebody who might have because sometimes this could be about somebody who, this king, he kind of worries me. Let me pull cards on him. Did I just stick all those cards back in there? Yeah, I did. Well, too bad. Because the king can be somebody who can be depressed. And we saw those sad cards over there. Maybe they're drinking. But I don't see any secret cards. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't read like that. It could be that somebody's just confused about the direction what they're supposed to be doing. And don't think because we are of a certain age that we are supposed to have all of the answers, because sometimes, the wheel just comes in and throws everything upside down. And suddenly you're faced with a new life direction or a new life choice at 60, 63. I know some people who, had retired and were expecting to go traveling in their RV when suddenly their daughter got killed in a car wreck, and they became parents to the grandchildren. There was nobody else to take care of them, you know, and we're talking little babies. So sometimes things happen, and some days I would see them and they would look so damn tired. Those kids were working their nerves. But I could also tell that they wouldn't have had it any other way. You know what I mean? So sometimes life can do that. And while you're sitting around waiting for the truth to come out of the sky in the lightning bolt, you know, things are happening. Things are happening. Let's take a quick look at this king. There she is again. Well, well, well. I don't even know what to say about this. Let me wait before I tell you anything, because I don't even know what to say about this. Because I'm getting two messages. Hold on. Wow, my goodness. The Vecchia Signora now is telling me three things. Okay, here we go. The three cards that came out on this king. The Riunione, La Vecchia Signora, and the Viaggio. Okay? The first interpretation of this card is a romantic encounter. Now that I'm saying this, this is the Vecchia Signora, mother, aunt, grandmother. What was it? What was it? What was it? Or an old acquaintance. An old acquaintance. And the trip or the visit. Now, this could also speak to a job offer. Maybe that comes to you through an old acquaintance. Remember I said there might be a trip that someone's hesitant to take. Vacation, trip, or visit. Where is that? Lord, I need some new. Can y'all send me some new eyes? Tell me where I can go get some. Travel, a vacation, a transfer, or a move. Now, this also tells me that there has been some kind of encounter here between this king and this queen. And they may not even be married, but it says that they really, they are a match. Okay? They are a match. In fact, it is such a match, it's like meeting an old acquaintance. This could be a soulmate. In one respect, that's how it reads, encounter. And those are very challenging sometimes. And it was through a visit or a vacation or some kind of travel event. But also, this card is in the future, the travel. Remember I said, it's like somebody's trying to decide whether or not to move forward or take a trip. Even though that's not the take a trip card, that's what I was getting. All right, well, there we have it. Look what's under. There's the Empress, the Venus card. And she is a representation of Ceres. Remember, I was just talking to you about Ceres there. And Ceres can be all about sometimes having to figure out how to carve up your territory so that there's enough to go around. And not being all bent out of shape over it. All right. One card. Oh, Jesus, it's all the way down. There it is. Now, I don't know who's asking what, but there is your answer. And that's the no with the exclamation point. Not the no, pull another card. It's the no. And now you understand why I don't pull cards on the Wheel of Fortune. The Nine of Swords. The darkest fears. Now, isn't that something? After that lovely spread. Well, it may not mean what we think. Some of y'all could have been asking, should I go buy a dog? The answer is no. Why? Because you know when you leave a house, your darkest fears are going to come true. You're going to chew up everything. All right, let's take a look at the... It's not always what you think it is. The no card. The no with the exclamation. It says the response to your inquiry is a firm no. You needn't worry, though, as you will see why. This was the perfect answer as time goes by. What are we looking at? The darkest fears, the Nine of Swords. Remember, that's a mental energy as well. Anxiety, doubt, resolve, and release. Hell, I don't know. Some of you could have been saying, I don't know what y'all could have been asking. Having love in your life is crucial. When a relationship does not go as planned, or when a desired relationship does not materialize, it's easy to lose yourself in worry and doubt. You may even question your own worthiness. It's easy to become obsessed with all of your darkest fears regarding love. Yeah. And maybe that's what the two cards are saying is don't do that. You know, well, is it gonna turn out bad? Don't let your anxieties paralyze you into a total state of inaction. Dwelling on your worries only feeds them with energy, allowing them to consume you and overshadow everything else. Take a moment to determine what might be troubling your heart. The anxiety may be obvious or quite subtle. Once you identify it, decide if it is something you can resolve on your own or if you need assistance, and then take the appropriate action. If you determine that it's a worry over which you have no control, ask Spirit to help you release it. All right, that's what I have for you. I got to go take a nap or something. I am beat, and I've got an Akashic Records, couple of them to do. So, well, that was literally face up in the deck. I don't know what that means. Okay, that's what I have for you. Oh, website is back up and running. So if you might be interested in getting a reading, simply click here on the little thing that'll take you directly over to the website. For phone readings, go to, I don't even know what it says, tarot readings or tarot consults, I don't know. Go there, and there's a tab that says important information on booking. So please, what do you call that? Please read that before you book a phone reading. For video reading, there's a tab for that, and that's self-explanatory. My turnaround time is 24 to 72 hours. And since I'm here and telling you guys all of this, I'm considering getting rid of the phone readings completely, totally, altogether. I said I'm thinking. I don't know exactly. And doing strictly video readings. We shall see. That's a lot of recording. We shall see. So until next time, thanks for allowing me to read for you. Get on over to the site. Get your, what do you call it? Membership, so you can get your charts. We got a lot of cool transits and stuff coming up. Got some good articles. And you can join me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Tumblr. Hope to see you there. Namaste. How do I get out of this? Oh my God, nothing works. Curse Gemini transits.